We welcome everybody into Greenwood High School. It's 14th District Softball here on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Scott Thompson, Shelby Lee. Shelby is a business teacher out at South Warren, former softball coach. We welcome everybody in on Prep Spin's Facebook page, and those of you maybe watching us on WBKO.com. Their live streams there. But Shelby, welcome in here. A little different view for you than what you've been used to in the past, huh?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm used to being in the dugout or yelling at the umpires instead of talking about them on the camera. So that's what I was, a professional umpire yeller or go-getter. So.
All right, tell the folks, your coaching background.
So I originally got into coaching in college. I coached baseball at Warren Central for 1 year. Then college classes kind of got in the way. And then after school, after I graduated college, I got into coaching and teaching lessons in softball at Total Fitness with Doyle Academy and Cross the Seams. Then I got to coach in Greenwood for 2 years. I coached them and 18 and 19, and then have a season last year. Now I'm teaching out at South Warren. Got to know quite a few of these girls here pretty close. So
it's number 2, South Warren. First pitch swinging is Emily Reynolds playing third. Over to the third baseman. Kirby throws it in the dirt, and that'll be an error as Morrison could not come up with it. As we start the game, we welcome everybody watching here on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
You'll probably see quite a bit of that from South Warren here. Allie Bush has been pitching really, really well lately. So you saw Emily come out with a first pitch attack. You'll probably see that quite a bit. Josie couldn't pick that out of the dirt. I don't know if y'all saw that, but
it was a hurried up throw because Reynolds was getting down the line.
Yeah.
High fastball called swing and a miss by Selena Metcalf.
Yeah, I imagine they're going to be pretty aggressive. Talked to Coach Reynolds. She said you'll be in for a shock tonight. So 2 pitches, 2 swings for South Warren.
Yeah, on that opening batter for South Warren, Emily Reynolds and Allison Bush are getting ready to be teammates this fall. They'll both be going to Campbellsville. Both have signed.
Yeah, I think Bush is going just as a PO, and Emily will probably end up doing both, playing third and pitching. She got a good little bat, too. So.
Pop to right. It's Lily Osborne near the foul line. Makes the catch. 1 out here in the top of the first for South Warren. South Warren dropped to number 2 by 3 votes, or 3 points totaled up the other night. And then as the polls released, on Tuesday, the number 1 team, Lafayette, turns around and loses. So if South Warren can win this week, then therefore they're probably back to the number 1 team in the state. 19-1, 6-0 in the district. This is a big district game here because if South Warren wins, they have clinched the number 1 seed. Caroline Pitcock, the shortstop, facing Allison Bush.
Caroline's a big, strong girl. She can really hit the ball.
Fouled back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Greenwood on the season is 14-8. They're 4-2 in district play. In the outfield for Greenwood, Savannah White in left. Caitlin Wilson is in center. Lily Osborne in right. Lydia Kirby at third. Caitlin Oliver is at third base. At shortstop. Lily Travis at second. Josie Morrison at first. Allison Smith catching Allison Bush. 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the first inning.
Yeah, so Greenwood has 3 signees already. Bush going to Campbellsville, Wilson going to Asbury, and
that one's foul
off to the right. And Allison Smith's going to UAB, signed to play as catcher. She's as a junior. So.
Yeah, you don't. A lot of times you'll see him commit as a junior. And of course you can't officially sign until next year. But
especially Division I athlete like that going to UAB. Alabama's a big softball state.
Yes, it is. Swing and a miss by Pitcock. That's the 2nd out. First strikeout by Allison Bush. 2 out here, and it brings up the catcher, Carrie Enlow, for South Warren.
Bush seems to be picking up where she left off. She's been throwing great the last few weeks at Best of the West tournament. They played a lot of good teams. Heard Caden pitch pretty well against a lot of top teams in the state if you go to that poll you was talking about.
Of course, Greenwood at number 21 actually dropped this week, even though they beat a couple of ranked teams and then they lost a couple of games. So
yeah, but the 2 games they lost were both top 10 teams, and they beat Ballard, who's third, and McCracken, who's 12, and East, who's like 10. Drive out the
Fly
right
ball. Nice diving catch by Caitlyn Wilson in center field, and that will end the first inning. Leadoff batter gets aboard for South Warren. No scores. We head to the bottom of the first. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
At Flora, Tampa & Stewart, when you're hurt in a car accident, you're going to get personal representation from the top attorney. We may not be big, but we're local. You will meet with me personally. We're loyal and always on your side. We won't run from big insurance, and we will stand and fight for your rights. After all, it's not the size of the firm, it's the attorney who will fight for you. I'm Flora, Tampa & Stewart.
We go to the bottom of the first inning here at Greenwood. It's #2 South Warren taking on #21 Greenwood. South Warren 6-0 in the district. After tonight, they play Warren East next Tuesday. Greenwood still has Bowling Green after tonight. So if South Warren wins, they're #1 seed in the district. Greenwood is in a battle with Warren East for that 2-3. And they're going to finish 2 and 3 if South Warren wins, so therefore a ranked team is likely not going to get out of the district this year.
And that typically happens in this district. Greenwood's typically, the last few years at least, have been in that 20 to 25 range, and we've had a struggle facing 2 of the top 5 teams in the region, or in the state.
Selena Metcalf gets the nod tonight for South Warren. Emily Reynolds normally would start, but tonight going with Metcalf to give a different look, and there's a base hit right in front of Avery Skaggs out in left field. One of those tweener hits, so the leadoff batter is aboard here in the bottom of the first.
Something you don't see every day is your power-hitting catcher leading off, but with the ability to courtesy run, it's a pretty smart play. She gets on base a lot, so they'll get a fast runner in there and protect her so she's safe. Looks like it's Savannah Warwick going to first to run for Allison Smith.
All right, she'll be on at first. She will be the courtesy runner. Lydia Kirby, the third baseman, will bat. Metcalf, this is her 12th game to pitch this year. 47 innings she's worked. 7-0 with 4 saves, a 1.19 earned run average, has struck out 46 batters in 47 innings. Square to bunt. It's a good one. Only play is at first base. The sacrifice will work. And that puts Warwick down at second with 1 out. Nice play by the pitcher Metcalf getting to that ball and getting rid of it in a hurry.
Yeah, I would expect today's game to be pretty low scoring. The wind's blowing in, a little right to left. There's a lot of power right-handed hitters for both teams, but if it stays in, it'll be probably a pretty low scoring team with both pitchers really excelling.
Ground ball, the shortstop. That's Pitcock. Throw to first. Walker did a good job looking the runner Warwick back. So there's 2 out, runner on at second for Greenwood here in the bottom of the first. Brings up Lily Travis, the second baseman.
At the plate, number 29, Lily Travis.
We'll talk here in a little bit about what happened before the game. They had a nice little get-together ceremony for Greenwood head coach Taylor Proctor. We'll get to that here in just a moment. First pitch swinging, that's fouled back by Lily Travis.
Greenwood's coming out attacking as well. They somewhat struggled to score some runs this year, but they've played a lot of great teams. Almost all their teams that they've played have been a top 25, top 30 team. So,
you know, the other night they beat number 14 Christian County on a walk-off. That was a huge hit that Taylor Proctor said that Josie Morrison crushed in the bottom of the 7th to win that one.
Yeah, I think I saw a video of it on Twitter. It was a right center line drive, like a missile towards that light pole out there.
There's a ground ball, third baseman Reynolds. Strong throw to first. Both teams get the leadoff batter aboard and strand them. We've got 1 complete here at Greenwood. It's South Warren. No score with Greenwood. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
Well, before the game, and we'll post that picture here in a little bit on our social media sites at WCPS Sports on Twitter, as we welcome you in on the Prep Spin Facebook page. We'll be on the Prep Spin app here very shortly, as Mr. Warfield been very busy getting me set up for the state cheer, plus he had a signing day he had to go live stream, so we will have that going on for you here in just a little bit. But before the game, it was a purple out. Normally they've done a pink out for breast cancer every year, but with Taylor Proctor at a young age getting Hodgkin's lymphoma and, of course, beating it, they decided to do a purple out. Of course, Taylor started her career at Greenwood, transferred to Warren Central, and then ended up, of course,
South.
South, yeah, South, and then went to Lindsey Wilson, then ended up transferring to WKU, finishing up there, yeah.
And then she coached for South for three years, I believe.
Yeah, she was an assistant
and then
coach.
She's been the head coach at Greenwood for 2 years, so it's
first pitch swinging is fouled back by Caitlyn Oliver.
This game's got more connections to her than she could ever imagine.
Well, just like Monday night, we had Warren Central at South Warren. Of course, Kelly Reynolds played and was Miss Softball at Warren Central, coached at Warren Central. A lot of connections, that way. That one's fouled back out of play. It's 0-2, Caitlyn Oliver.
That's one of the great things about softball in Warren County is the rich history and tradition. I mean, Greenwood's a 3-time state champion, and East has had their run for a while. South is built. They've made the state tournament a couple years already, and they're short existence. So
I'm sorry, it's Ellie Bennett leading off. Hadn't flipped my scorebook there. But you're listening to Shelby Lee. He's a business teacher, and he's wanting to get something like this live stream started at South Warren. I think Greenwood and Warren Central have some form of it going on at certain points of the year. That was fouled back. But I know you're wanting to get this going at South Warren, getting students involved that want to get into the business that, Mike and I can work with and have them come do this, when they're not doing – at South Warren events.
Yeah, it's all about opportunities for kids, and I know Mr. Clayton has said that over and over and over again. It's all about kids and their opportunities, and if we can have a program like that at every school, an enrichment class for broadcasting, and if they want to get into it, then that'll be a great path for a lot of kids to really get introduced to it and start their career in the sports media.
Well, if Mike and I can do it, that just shows you anybody can do it.
Y'all been doing it a long time, too, so y'all are very experienced. You're very good at what you do, so you're just inspiration to the young people.
I will say Mike looks better than me. That's why he's been in front of the camera. Fly ball into left field. Savannah White over to make the catch. One out. That's 4 in a row retired by Allison Bush after the leadoff batter Emily Reynolds reached on an error. McLean Hudson, the second baseman. Hudson comes in hitting .375. You start looking up and down this South Warren stat list, everybody seems to be 300 or better at the plate.
All pretty good averages, and they got a few that definitely hit for power. I think a lot of their home runs this year, though, have been solo shots, so that's a little unfortunate for your RBI total. But very good little hitting team, and this Hudson McLean, she's an 8th grader, if I'm not mistaken. She's a very talented young lady.
They'll pop up, and Bush can't quite get to it. That's going to go as an infield hit.
That's tough. If she just played it as a grounder, she wouldn't have been able to throw her out. She's so fast. That's just
Hudson's a 7th grader.
7th grader.
Just a 7th grader.
Man, even more impressive, right?
That's it.
We when I was at Greenwood, we had a couple of these girls that starting here that played as 7th and 8th graders. They're very talented. And we were just a really young team, and we was winning some good games. So.
I can remember when Penny Reese was coaching here, she had a 6th grader or 2, and one of them had Alexis Dean at a young age, made her appearance and played about 6 years here at Greenwood.
Yeah, she was a star for a long time, and now our old man is back in the dugout coaching Coach T. He's one great guy, that's for sure.
Known him for a while. It's good to see these back in it. Dead ball. Batter's out. Stepped out.
Stepped out of the batter's box.
Yep, stepped out. That's what it looks like. We had a couple of those the other night.
And that's such a hard call to make as a home plate umpire. You're looking at so much and seeing so much. Luckily, I mean, I guess you can tell at footprints. That's what he tried to show Coach Reynolds there. But
well, you can see one for sure, one on the line and one, you see it right above the line there.
Well, he was saying, I think, right above home plate. And I think his footprint now is taking over that. But
covered up the evidence.
He covered it up in case she tried to make a better point. Coaches are never wrong when it comes to calls on the field.
And we don't have challenges in high school, thank goodness. Strike called to Hope White, sophomore right fielder for South Warren.
Bush seems to be throwing a lot of outside curveballs to lefties, screwballs to righties, so she's working in and out. That was a screwball off the plate to a right-handed hitter. She likes to work left and right. Caden Murray comes in the game. She likes to work up and down, change up, rise ball. So she's also got a good curve screwball as well.
Yeah, I mean, some have a good change. Some can throw a changeup, but if they can mix it up a little bit with a screwball or a drop ball or a drop curve ball, or that rise fastball, instead of just a solid fastball and a solid changeup, But
pitch selection, keeping them off balance, very, very important key. And
but I remember
speed difference is so big.
I remember on Elizabeth Moss, she had a fastball and a changeup.
Yeah.
Good luck hitting it. Good luck in hitting it, right?
But Elmo could throw it, 63, 64 miles an hour, so it was really tough. But Kat Downing's changeup, first base coach right now, her changeup was wicked.
Yes.
College hitters couldn't hit it.
Well, she threw one before the game. I think that was a fastball, though. She played a lot of first base at WKU as well.
She was just trying not to embarrass herself in front of everybody. She had to make sure she got one over the plate. So.
Well, and these
I don't blame her at all.
These two were opponents. As Catherine played for Bowling Green, and of course we talked about Taylor, and they got to be good friends. And then of course playing together at WKU got even closer. And fly ball down the left field line, and that will go foul. A good battle here by Hope White.
Yeah. She's not a true slapping like a lot of lefties, but she's trying to shoot it that other way, trying to hit a gap over there, and she puts it on the ground. She definitely beat it out to first, and Hudson's pretty fast. She's pretty fast to get to second.
Catherine Downing Smith's dad, Alex Downing, president of Franklin Bank and Trust, one of our sponsors, is in the stands. Good to see him here tonight. That was up. That was kind of curving into her face there, and she fought it off, fouled it right back.
There's a rumor in broadcasting and radio, like no free ads, right? But you watch this game on TV, you're going to see a lot of ads out on the outfield fence.
Man, that's how you survive. That's how these high school programs do the things to provide first-class experiences for these student athletes.
They do, and then it's here in softball, you'll see a lot of white signs. In baseball, you see dark signs because the ball's white, softball's yellow. Except we have a yellow sign out in the center field right next to center. It's I wonder if that's could play a little hurt for some hitters.
Yeah. Yes, that's going to be another foul ball. A nice battle between Hope Smith.
Yeah, she's been getting a little good start here, slapping a little more into doing it.
No score. We're at the top of the second inning. Both teams had a runner on in the first, didn't score. 2 out. Hudson on at first for South Warren. That's just outside. 2-2's the count. Avery Skaggs on deck. for South Warren. Been a breezy day here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Pops it up. There's the play for Smith, and she takes it.
Wind's blowing back straight in. So.
Well, we've got an inning and a half in between number 2 and number 21. There's no score. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Does this scenario sound all too familiar? You're fighting through a mountain of medication bottles, not remembering which ones to take. Spring Hill Pharmacy is now offering a free and convenient medication packaging system called SmartPack, a new innovative way to package your medication. Your medication will be arranged by the day and time of day to take them. SmartPack is a free service, along with free citywide delivery. Call us 270-796-3909 to find out more about SmartPack.
At Flora, Tampa, Stewart, when you're hurt in a car accident, you're going to get personal representation from the top attorney. We may not be big, but we're local. You will meet with me personally. We're loyal and always on your side. We won't run from big insurance, and we will stand and fight for your rights. After all, it's not the size of the firm, it's the attorney who will fight for you. I'm Flora, Tampa, Stewart.
You see a shot there of Taylor Proctor, the Greenwood head coach. Tight views we have here in the press box. But Mike was able to get it taken care of for us.
A missile off the first base dugout face over there. That's the hardest ball hit tonight, and it's unfortunately it was a little foul.
Caitlyn Oliver to lead off here in the bottom of the second. These two teams played earlier this year. South Warren won that, I believe it was on April the 15th. Ground ball to Reynolds at third. Strong throw. Walker catches it, and that's one out, and that's 4 in a row retired by Selena Metcalf since the leadoff batter got on base.
Threw a good little fastball and sped her up, and she fouled it off, and then flipped the changeup in there. She got overextended, rolled over to third. That's your keeping them off balance. What you really want to do as a pitcher.
South Warren won that game 8-2. Ground ball. Pitcock in time.
Yeah, I was at that game. It was it's a little closer than the 8-2 picks. I mean, it was I think 0-0 into the 5th inning. So that's it's a pretty good game all the way through. And then South tallied a few, couple errors happened, and pretty good game.
It's funny how one mistake can lead to a whole bunch of stuff happening, can't it? Metcalf working to carry in low. Fastball up high. Sidney Coffey, the designated player. Coffey, 256 on the year, has a home run, a couple of doubles, and 4 RBIs. Takes a called strike. Coffey's a freshman. Couple of passing clouds, otherwise bright sunny afternoon.
Yeah, it looks like the wind's picking up even more out there if you watch the flags. It's blowing pretty heavily. I think it's supposed to keep going all through the night, and then, man, this weekend's looking pretty.
I think we hopefully, and I think I said this a week or two ago, we're maybe finally turning the corner where we don't have these cool nights. It'll be milder nights. Instead of the 40s, we'll be up in the 50s and 60s. And
we'll get our 5th fake spring
this week?
Yeah.
A ball and a strike, or excuse me, 0-2. Reynolds, and that's a quick work right there by Metcalf, making him put the ball in play. Well, 2 complete. Number 2, South Warren, nothing. Number 21, Greenwood, nothing. You're watching the live stream of the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
As you see, we are at the home of the Lady Gators. We're at Greenwood High School. Go to the top of the third inning. South Warren will have 9, 1, and 2 in their lineup. Avery Skaggs, the left fielder, will lead off, facing Allison Bush.
Both pitchers been very, very effective. Low pitch count, I'm assuming. I don't have a number on it, but doing pretty good quick work so far.
That's a ball to Skaggs as we start off the third inning. Quick moving game so far. Skaggs hitting .304 on the season, has a couple of doubles, 6 RBIs. A sophomore. Got underneath that one, 1-1.
Sophomore, but she's a very good defensive player. She can play about 7 different positions, so she takes pretty good pride in that, and I know her dad does too. They know him pretty well, so pretty good defensive player in Avery.
Line drive right there to Oliver. Both teams are being very aggressive at the plate tonight, Shelby.
Yeah, a lot of first, second pitch, a lot of first pitch swing, a lot of batted balls before 3 strikes. I don't even know how many Ks we got. Do we have 1?
Let's see here.
They're not allowing the pitchers to get to
There's
3
just one.
strikes.
Yeah. No. There's no strikeout. We have no strikeouts. That's unusual. Oh, no, 1. Caroline Pitcock did in the first.
I thought we might have had just 1, but a lot of aggressive early count battles, and both of these teams, they have Bush and Murray for Greenwood. They're both excellent pitchers. They strike out a bunch of people. And then the same thing for Reynolds and Metcalf. They both strike out a bunch of people. So it's pretty odd. We've got through.
That's fouled back by Emily Reynolds.
We now got through 10 outs and only 1 strikeout. That's a little shocking to me, to say the least. But
well, they must be seeing the ball well enough to put it in play. Yeah. Reynolds is hitting .493 this season. She has 3 home runs and driven home 24. That's second on the team for South Warren. Glad to have everybody watching us on the Prep Spin Facebook page. They'll have us on the platform very shortly. We make adjustments on the fly as needed. I'm just glad that we're able to put this matchup somewhere for everybody to watch.
And I know as a former coach, it's pretty beneficial too to them. They will go back and watch some of the recorded and try to pick up some different things if they can. I know if they're not, that's an advantage they should be taken care of.
1 and 2, yeah. Well, and the thing, anybody can go back and watch this free. And then college coaches, with all the recruiting restrictions they have, some of them can't get off campus. They can go watch these games. You know, say, hey, I did this certain game. You can go watch it here.
Yeah, you can watch it, and you probably, I don't know about cutting and making your own highlight tape, but I'm sure there'll be many girls that'll try it or at least reach out to you to do that. So that may be something else we could do in the broadcasting class. Create some recruiting tapes for.
Well, sure, yeah.
athletes.
I mean, just go back on. Anybody can go on to the go.prepspin.com. It's right there for everybody to get a hold of.
You know, a lot of football players, they like their highlight reel.
Now, they got huddle for that.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. That's the second strikeout of the game for Allison Bush. 2 out here in the third for South Warren. Selena Metcalf, the pitcher for South Warren, the junior, flied out to right. Her first time up. And the breeze continues to blow in. We saw it last night out at Warren East. South Warren at Warren East baseball that the As you see Mike get a good look at the flag, it was blowing. Anything hit the left carried, hit the center or right, it would get up and it would find its way down. You just didn't know where it was going. They'd knock it down in a hurry. Pop that foul. Our next broadcast is coming up Saturday. We'll be out at Warren East for the Raider Classic track meet. Starts at 10 a.m.
You know how many schools are going to be there?
I don't know. Today's the last day of entries, so we'll know after today how many schools will be there.
Big drive
Fly ball left. That's out of here. Left center field. A home run. That one got up and out as Selena Metcalf helps her own self out. 1-0 South Warren.
Yeah, that wind blowing right to left field, a power right hitter. She definitely picked that up. She hit that at least 40 feet up into that pine tree, at least halfway up. And that's at least a 250 shot. You consider the fence being 200 feet.
Seventh home run of the year, and that's 27 RBIs for her now, too.
She got a hold of that one.
So that's nothing new for her. Home run number 7.
Looked like it was a rise ball, like middle end, so that's just, you put the bat on it, it's already lifted. You just let that pitch do the work.
And she jumped on it.
Yes, she did.
She jumped on that one in a hurry.
The big thing is for Bush is she just got to make sure that she don't let that get to her. One mistake doesn't make the ball game. It shouldn't. So.
And then you come back with a
she
pitch like that, work that frustration out.
She'll get it. She's a senior pitcher now. She's been doing this for, 3 years at the varsity level because the last year it was canceled. But she's very experienced. She'll settle back in and I think pitch a good game.
Pitcock fouls that one off. It's a ball and a strike to the junior Caroline Pitcock, strikeout victim in the first. Got a good crowd here for this Purple Out night in honor of Taylor Proctor. They've got all kinds of goodies and silent auction items.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate for both teams that the color is purple. If you talk to both head coaches, they will say that is their least favorite color.
Well, it's not necessarily a purple. Taylor told me it was not purple. It was some off color of purple.
No, not purple. Yeah, you can't get past these Warren County coaches or administrators. They don't like the color purple too much.
But tonight it's tolerable.
Yes, it's for a good cause for Coach Proctor.
Yeah. It was some strange color I'd never heard of purple, so fouled off out of play. Stays 2-2 to Caroline Pitcock. Selena Metcalf, solo home run, 1-0 South Warren here in the third inning.
I'm 2 doors down from Coach Reynolds at the high school, so I go and talk to her a bunch, and she was just really, really happy that they got the black jersey draw, not the purple color.
Okay.
So.
But they have some of that color you're talking about on the black shirt, right?
They do, but it is all for a good cause.
Yes.
And it's a competitive nature of
well, it's great that
the
both
14th district. I mean, it's just.
Well, all these coaches really get along good. Pop back on a rise ball there.
Yeah, I doubt any Bowling Green people are watching us. They might be scouting.
Oh, they've been known to watch. They tell Mike and I that they do watch. We appreciate them.
Yeah, Coach Franklin, he's got a good little bunch of girls. They've
young bunch over there.
Yeah, they were just so unlucky to start the year. I think their first 7 games they lost by 1 run or 2 runs in all 7. Very close competitive games against good teams. It's taking them a little bit to get over the hump. I think they only have 1 senior, so it'll be a tough team the next few years, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're 4-11 on the season.
Yeah.
And they're 0-4 in the district. They still got to play Warren Central twice. They still got Warren East coming up. And I think they still got a game with Greenwood yet to come. Allison Bush in the circle for Greenwood. That's ball 4. And Caroline Pitcock works a walk. Second straight batter to get on base for South Warren in the third. That brings up Carrie Enlow, the junior catcher, flying out to center field. And that's smart right here by Allison Smith, going out there just to break up the routine here of Allison Bush and just kind of settle her down for a moment. You give up that solo towering home run, then you come back and walk. You need somebody on the and that's a sign of a leader right there.
Yeah, and she's great at that. And if I know her, I know one thing: she went out there and tried to tell a joke. She went out there to try to relax her, make her laugh a little bit, make her feel a little more confident about it, and be like, just trust yourself. But she'd probably try to cut a joke or two, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, every catcher's different on that.
That's
on
true.
their approach,
That's,
right?
Leadership's definitely different for each catcher. But if I know Allison, she's a great leader. She's going to tell her exactly what she wants to do. But she's not going to, get on her too hard. She's going to try to make it light.
Line drive right there. Second baseman Lily Travis just above the dirt. But the damage done by South Warren, Selena Metcalf.
Yeah, you can't, but going back to the catcher thing, you can't play this game mad, that's for one thing. And that's what I try to teach them. It's play loose and free and you'll be good.
1-0 South Warren going to the bottom of the third. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
As you get a look at the scoreboard, 1-0. South Warren leading Greenwood. Selena Metcalf put South Warren on top. #2 team in the state after spending a couple of weeks at #1. Lafayette #1, they went out and lost Tuesday to Lexington Catholic. South Warren had gotten more first-place votes than Lafayette, but a couple of coaches apparently dropped South Warren a little more from first after only losing by 1 run to a ranked team.
Another first pitch swing, and Lily, that was Savannah White, right? She dribbled one to the pitcher.
Yep, Savannah White. One out, and that brings up Lily Osborne, the sophomore right fielder.
Lavender.
Yeah. Well, since the leadoff batter Allison Smith got on base in the first, Selena Metcalf has retired 7 in a row. Osborne on the year is at 207.
The only lefty in the lineup for Greenwood. She'll slap sometimes and she'll power hit. If you see, she's a pretty tall, long girl. She's got some power.
Tried to slap. Yeah. Foul ball. We're in the bottom of the third. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Lily Osborne. So Metcalf, you do yourself a favor and you knock it out of the park, and then you come back and you get the first batter on 1 pitch.
Confidence has got to be really, really high in her right now.
Good looking pitch there right at the knees. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Warren East ranked #12 this week. Right to Emily Reynolds on 1 hop. 2 out.
I think that's her, 4th or 5th put out? She's got a lot of action tonight.
Yeah, that's 4.
She's not pitching tonight, but she's still getting the ball quite a bit.
She's had at least 1 in every inning so far.
At the plate, #25, Allison Smith.
Top of the lineup, Allison Smith had a single to left and was left stranded in the first. Carrie Enlow catching Selena Metcalf. Rest of the way, both these teams still have some ranked teams, I believe, coming up. I know South Warren does for sure in their schedule. They've still got Henderson, Marshall County, Warren East, and Central Hardin coming up. That's ranked.
It's a tough stretch.
Yeah, Greenwood, just looking at their schedule, you've got some teams receiving votes couple of teams receiving votes. That's left on their schedule. Davis County, number 5, is still on their schedule. But they've played.
They played earlier in the year, I believe, and lost 4-2 or something like that.
They lost 4-2.
Yeah, so
here to Davis County.
They've seen them once, and I mean they're a top team, but should be a pretty good matchup the second time too. Probably a pretty good decision there by Coach Reynolds, pitch around Allison Smith. She's looking to do one thing with 2 outs, and that was to tie the game back up. But you walk the leadoff hitter of a lineup, you're still 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters. They're looking now to do some damage as well. Looking for a ball up. Every ball there to Allison was low and on the ground. So
yeah, wasn't going to give her something good to hit. No, definitely not. Here's Lydia Kirby.
But Lydia can really hit it on deck, Josie. She's been really hot of late. As we talked, she hit a walk-off grand slam a couple nights ago against Christian County. Oh, and 1 to count.
Metcalf looks in. Morrison.
No, this is Lydia
on deck.
Kirby.
Yeah, Morrison's on deck. Yeah, she's got some pop in her bat. Kirby here 0-2.
She does too. She's really, really fast too. She's a phenomenal athlete.
2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
She was our Swiss Army knife when I coached there. We put her literally everywhere. And I think this year she's touched 4 or 5 positions already herself. So
being versatile does not hurt you at all.
Yeah.
Get you more playing time.
Yeah, and a lot of things people don't know about her. Her left-handed swing just as good as right. She's got crazy amount of power left-handed too.
That's dedication.
She just doesn't do it. She's I don't know if it's been a coach thing or just habit, but she had a little bit of pain there and fouled that one off her foot. Then those are never fun.
Never. The courtesy runners at first, Warwick. 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. South Warren leading 1-0. Kirby bunted, sacrifice in the first.
Oh,
golfs that one into left center. Is going to drop. Bennett over there to get it. Throw to third. It's going to be just a hair late.
Yeah, you look. Her bat speed is just so fast. She just flicked her wrist out there and hit it 180 feet just on a line. It's good bat control right there.
It's right between Skaggs and Bennett. Bennett got it, came up throwing. And there was a no doubt hit. And Warwick makes it to third, so Greenwood threatening here at the bottom of the 3rd. First time they've had 2 runners on at a time in this game. And now it's Josie Morrison who grounded out to the shortstop Pitcock in her first at bat.
Metcalf's been here before, so she'll pitch smart. She'll pitch with a plan here, and she's been around. But everything a coach hates is a 2-out walk. So
Morrison with 5 home runs, 26 RBIs, little team leader.
Errors and 2-out walks always seem to come back and bite you. We'll see if that holds true here.
Well, interesting here. Morrison with 26 RBIs. The next person closest to her has 9, so that's a big difference. So she's been the difference maker all year.
Yeah. She had a couple really big games against Warren Central too. I know she had a couple home runs against them, and I think a 5 or 6 RBI days. So that really helps. But yeah, she's hit the ball pretty good all year. What did we say? She had 5 home runs, 6 home runs?
Had 5 home runs,
right.
Yeah. 5 counting that grand slam the other night.
Yeah, that's 4 quick RBIs.
They were big too.
Yeah, well,
walk-off game winner, right?
That's what you dream of.
Change-up. I think that may be the first change-up we've seen tonight.
I think there was only 1 out and not a full count, but you know, you always dream in the backyard, bottom of the last inning, full count, 2 outs, bases loaded, walk-off grand slam, celebrate.
Bat flip.
Yeah, of course, having fun, celebrating.
Center field, Bennett got it. That ball held up. So the scoring threat by Greenwood comes to naught. They get runners to second and third with 2 out and can't score. We've got 3 complete. Number 2, South Warren, 1. Number 21, Greenwood, nothing. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
At Flora, Tampa, and Stewart, When you're hurt in a car accident, you're going to get personal representation from the top attorney. We may not be big, but we're local. You will meet with me personally. We're loyal and always on your side. We won't run from big insurance, and we will stand and fight for your rights. After all, it's not the size of the firm, it's the attorney who will fight for you. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Greenwood, those of you watching us on the Prep Spin Facebook page and now on the Prep Spin platform, we welcome you in. Scott Thompson with Shelby Lee, who is a business teacher out at South Warren, former assistant coach here at Greenwood. As it's 1-0 as we go to the fourth inning, South Warren will have Ellie Bennett to lead off.
Well, this is a great game, but this game always has a great importance. It's played out here at Greenwood. It's a cancer game. They typically play for breast cancer, and now it's for Hodgkin's lymphoma. But it is a great game, but it's more than a game. Also, it's the relationships you have out here, and they were able to celebrate a great person coming over a tough challenge. So that's one thing that no matter how this game ends up tonight was a win for both teams, that's for sure.
It does go for the seedings here in the 14th district.
Yeah, that's pretty important as well. You want to end up in the top seed, that's for sure.
Well, you want to avoid that 2-3 game because
that's
the 2-3, somebody who's a ranked team is not going to make it to the regional tournament.
Yeah.
Not to say that 4-5 can't beat number 1, but
the 4-5 is even tougher. You got to play an extra game. And, tired. It's typically the night before. It's
fly ball near the dugout, and it gets out of play.
Not a fun position to be in. It's a lot tougher in baseball because pitchers can only really throw once. They throw their pitch limit, and then they have to rest so many days. Where softball, there's not a pitch count to go off of, so they can go back-to-back days, multiple games in a row, and you don't have to worry about it. But
Ellie Bennett with an 0-2 count here to lead off the fourth for South Warren.
The district tournament here is always fun to watch. It's excellent games.
And you've got a chance someone could be deep in the state tournament coming out of this district.
Always.
Whoever wins this district usually goes on to win the region, but it has happened where the runner-up has won the region.
Yeah, I think South and East flip-flopped the last couple of years that did that. Whoever won district was runner-up in region, and they went to.
If it's going to be that way, I'd rather be runner-up.
That's right.
Outside, ball to Ellie Bennett.
Get your bid to region, and then just go win it, right?
That's what it is. Of course, they'll have a semi-state format again this year.
Which will be held at Western for our area, I believe, right?
I have not seen the softball yet to strike out.
I know Western, I think, is maybe hosting.
They got the baseball for sure. I know baseball has been announced that they will host one of the semi-states for baseball, regions 1 through 4. I've not seen the announcement for softball yet. But we do know the softball will play 4 games on Saturday, June the 5th.
Do you know what region they would draw?
No, that has not been.
One of the Owensboro schools.
I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't know if it's 1, 2, and then 3, 4. I've not seen how that is set up.
Yeah,
I just know it's.
Surely it's pretty regional because draw and ticket sales and
travel.
Travel's a big
travel.
thing,
yes.
especially bus and COVID protocols of distancing and stuff like that. You want to make sure that it's all good.
McLean Hudson with the bunt. Oh wow.
Good push bunt.
One of those tweeners. You couldn't ask for a better placement of that bunt.
And we was talking about how fast she was earlier. Man, she could book it.
McLean Hudson.
You bunt it to the base you're running at and beat it out by 3 or 4 steps, you are definitely moving.
Well, the first baseman charging, it got by her in a hurry, so the pitcher was the only one who was heading towards the bag.
She had to go to shallow second while second was going to cover. That's kind of our triangle no man's land out there. It's hard to get into. There's a few of them out there, but
high fastball.
For a push bunts like that, if you can get it past the pitcher towards shorter second on a push, like a lefty if she was to do it here, Katie, I don't see her, but she's a very good swing. She can drive a ball a long way. So, but you're talking about push bunts, you can push one of those real soft and hard enough past the pitcher and soft enough to where it's a super tough play. That's the game plan.
0-2 to Walker. She has a home run, 17 RBIs, and a .375 average coming into this game. She was called out her first time for stepping out of the box. Foul tip. Caught.
I think that was on a sac bunt, too, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. All right, that is strikeout 1, 2. That's a foul tip. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 strikeouts.
I guess I'm out of jinx South Warren. I apologize. I like offense. I want to see the ball hit. I want to see some runs scored.
I think everybody else does too, except for the winning team right now.
Yeah, I talked about no strikeouts, and then Bush has now racked up 4 in the last 2 innings. So
Hope White, the sophomore right fielder, popped up to the catcher, trying to move Hudson on around the bases. 1-0 South Warren. Slaps it
straight down the line.
That's foul. Just foul.
Had to be really, really close. Coach Reynolds pleading her case across the bag, but they ain't going to review and change that. We're not in major leagues. That's for sure.
Home plate umpire had the view on it. It's a ball and a strike. That's one of those decisions that's made pretty quickly.
Such a fast, fundamental game. It's you got to be quick on your calls, quick on your feet. Everybody out there.
Hope White waits. Bush delivers, pops it up foul, and that one will get out of play as well. Ball and 2 strikes. Avery Skaggs on deck. Bottom of the order for South Warren here in the 4th. They're in just a little bit. Maybe expecting a bunt. Chop foul to the third base. Kirby throws it high and into the dugout.
Thought he had Coach Cook over there in the third base dugout. Let's see if they have worn him home or maybe not. Just third and second.
Yep, second, third base they were going to. So it would be. I believe that's going to be a hit and an error. That's pretty close. I don't know if she gets her. We're going to give that a hit and then an error on the throw to go to second and third. So now, can South Warren take advantage of this, have a little cushion for Selena Metcalf with Avery Skaggs, who lined out to the shortstop. We'll bat here in the 4th. Hudson on at third, White at second. Bush in a jam here. First pitch swinging by Skaggs.
Just a rising curveball, it looked like. She's a little antsy. We're 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. She wants to drive one. She wants to be hero, of course, but you just kind of make sure you get your pitch and drive it. There it was. She
pops it up. Who wants it? Third baseman Kirby. As Oliver was right there, but Oliver gave way. Kirby gets it. So the threat by South Warren ends with no run scoring. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 1-0 South Warren. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
Well, Emily Reynolds comes in here in the bottom of the fourth for South Warren to pitch. Selena Metcalf will move to shortstop. The shortstop, Caroline Pitcock, moves to third base. Scott Thompson along with Shelby Lee. He's a business teacher out at South Warren. We welcome him in. He's a former softball coach at Greenwood. That was under Coach Russo?
Yes, Rebecca Russo,
Yeah. Her sister played at WKU.
Yeah.
Emily.
Rebecca, she played at a couple small schools in Alabama, and I think she was there at UAB for a year or so. She college pitcher as well. So.
Lily Travis swings and misses on the first pitch from Emily Reynolds. Reynolds is 8-1 on the season. Gets ahead 0-2. Emily has 66 strikeouts in 55 innings, only walked 26, a 1.78 earned run average. So Metcalf goes half the distance here. Reynolds is a different look, and there's a strikeout right off the bat.
Yeah, and Coach Reynolds really likes to do that. Like we was talking in the break, that it's usually the other way. Emily starts and Selena finishes. And she's got 7 saves. She's one of the top in the state in saves. And Emily gets the win. She gets the save. Today, they're trying to go backwards. Work different. So.
Well, different strategy because, you know.
You don't want nobody comfortable. I talked about being comfortable, balance, keeping them off balance. That's the key to pitching right there in baseball and softball is balance. If the hitters don't have it, they don't have a chance.
Caitlin Oliver facing Emily Reynolds.
A lot of weak contact and a lot of swing and misses.
0-2 now, Oliver facing Reynolds. And I'm sure that first game Reynolds pitched back on April 15th. Oliver's a 189 hitter on the year. 0-2. Just off the inside part of the plate.
Emily's used to pitching in this game. One of my, fondest memories of coaching is probably her worst memory of playing. Is as a freshman, she came in to pitch, and we were down 1 run, and we had KK Allen come up with a runner on, and KK hit one into the iconic shrubs out in center field to walk it off. And that was a really great game for us, but not for her. But
that's when you were with Greenwood.
Yes.
KK played first base, if I remember right.
Yeah, she's a great hitter, but that was Emily as a freshman playing in this game, pitching big innings for them then. She's just very, very experienced, and Metcalf was the same way. She started at pitching varsity games as an 8th grader.
KK's mom and I went to the same high school. We both graduated from Warren Central. 0-2 quickly to Caitlin Wilson. If I'm not mistaken, her mom was one of the football managers at Warren Central.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, if I remember. I'm trying to remember. This has been many years ago now. But, yeah, Regina. A little flare in the right field, going to drop right in front of Hope White. No chance to throw out the speedy Caitlin Wilson. So it's a single. 2 out here in the 4th for Greenwood. Brings up the DP, Sydney Coffey, grounded out to Reynolds when she was at 3rd.
Yeah, Caitlin Wilson over first. She's one of 2 seniors on Greenwood, and both of them signed to play some NAIA softball. One we talked about Bush going to Campbellsville, her going to Asbury. She's been playing a long time too. A lot of these girls, they get their start early, and freshmen, 8th grade, and they're definitely talented enough to do it. And you look year after year, we send great talent to colleges and then state tournaments as well. So.
There's a bunch of them here locally playing. Of course, a couple at WKU. You got Katie Gardner that was at East. She's playing there. Shelby Nunn from South Warren. Then you've also got Kendall Smith, who was at Warren East. Craig Sparks, who's an assistant at South Warren, his daughter Kelsey's at Moorhead and has gotten a lot of action up there.
And then South Warren's got 3 or 4 at Campbellsville.
Carson Williams is graduating.
Yeah, and
pitcher.
Man, what's her name? Not Bailey. Peyton Pruitt.
Peyton Pruitt, yeah.
She's at Campbellsville. They got a few of them there. I know LaSala is at
Kentucky Wesleyan.
Wesleyan or Brescia?
Yeah, she went to Kentucky Wesleyan, yes. Line drive into left, just over the outstretch of Metcalf, and that'll drop for a hit.
Stumbo's out as well.
At Kentucky Wesleyan, yeah. Then you've got Caitlyn Smith, who was a catcher at Greenwood. She's finishing up at Austin P.
And we have Alex Grubbs.
Grubbs, yes.
Who went to Austin P as well. Swiss Army knife out there as a D1 player. And then
I had both.
That's just all current players out in college. So there's been many.
There may be more that I'm not thinking of, right? But yeah, that's
you
just
think
a
about
couple.
The short-term South Warren's been going, the amount of talent they've produced, and then Greenwood's produced talent after year. You talk about those state tournament teams, the back-to-back in 7 and 8, I believe, and then the undefeated team in 13.
Yeah, because I remember there were several that played for WKU. You had Elizabeth Farrell, then you also had
Smith.
You had Amanda Walden.
Yeah,
that was there.
Rachel Riley went to UK.
Brittany York went to U of L.
Such a rich tradition here in Warren County for softball. I was blessed to be a part of it, and hopefully continue to be a part of it. So.
There was one that went to Transylvania here a couple of years ago. I'm trying to remember, from Greenwood.
Is she still there?
Yeah, this would be her junior. Maybe she was her junior. Coming to me. It's coming to me. There's base hit down the right field line. Rounding third, and we have a tie game. Caitlin Wilson all the way around. From second, Coffey stopped at second on the base hit by Savannah White, and we're tied at 1-1. And Lily Osborne.
Next up for the Gators, number 30, Lily Osborne.
She grounded out the third. And we may have a runner coming in here in just a moment.
2 outs. Go ahead and run on second. Try to get any advantage you can so you can re-enter as a DP. And
Taylor Campbell went to Transylvania.
That's right. Coach Campbell's daughter.
Yes. Yep. She went up there.
I didn't quite get the number of who came in.
I didn't see it either. Number 10. Okay. That's
see if I can tell who it is.
Cadence Wolf.
Cadence
Wolf.
Didn't have her.
So Wolf is the go-ahead run at second base. That one bounces and didn't get far enough away for him to move up.
Coach T's, I think, a little disappointed. He wanted her to take third there, but it's a tough play. It kicks towards the base, and Enlow's a very, very good catcher, very strong arm. And you got a young runner out at second. Ground ball to middle.
Second base, just tags the runner. So it's a fielder's choice out. White. And that will end the inning. But Greenwood ties it up on the RBI single by Savannah White. We go to the 5th. South Warren and Greenwood were all tied at 1. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Does this scenario sound all too familiar? You're fighting through a mountain of medication bottles, not remembering which ones to take. Spring Hill Pharmacy is now offering a free and convenient medication packaging system called Smart Pack, a new innovative way to package your medication. Your medication will be arranged by the day and time of day to take them. Smart Pack is a free service, along with free citywide delivery. Call us 270-796-3909 to find out more about Smart Pack.
At Flora, Tampa, and Stewart, when you're hurt in a car accident, you're going to get personal representation from the top attorney. We may not be big, but we're local. You will meet with me personally. We're loyal and always on your side. We won't run from big insurance, and we will stand and fight for your rights. After all, it's not the size of the firm, it's the attorney who will fight for you. I'm Flora, Tampa, and Stewart.
We go to the 5th inning. Tied at 1. South Warren and Greenwood. Scott Thompson with you tonight. Shelby Lee, business teacher out at South Warren, joining us. He's a former high school softball coach here at Greenwood. Interested in starting some type of broadcasting class out at South Warren.
Yeah, and if you know me, you know I love sports. And it's not just softball, baseball, it's everything. So hopefully I can get into that really well. I wouldn't mind going back into coaching eventually as well. But I have 2 young boys that might lead my direction into another field. So.
Well, those decisions, coaches, just like Kelly Reynolds, coached at Central. She got out of it, started a family, then got back in it as the kids got a little bit older.
Yeah.
And now, her son, Ethan, plays baseball. I believe he's on that state middle school championship team.
Yeah, and he's their 2-3 hole hitter, catcher, pitcher. He's
base hit to left by Emily Reynolds.
He might end up outshining his sister. I don't know. But Ethan, he's a very good ball player, that's for sure. He had a couple home runs this year as an 8th grader, and that's a big field, too. It's at South Warren, so it's nothing small. So.
Selena Metcalf, who's now over at shortstop, hit that solo home run in the 3rd that gave South Warren the lead at that time.
Talk Ethan a little bit. He's a excellent football player. He made a one-handed catch as a receiver this year that I was like, that looks like Odell Beckham. And then basketball, he was one of their top scorers in basketball this year in middle school too. He's just athletic. I'm sure that comes from Coach Reynolds. And
Mr. Lee, does he also sell popcorn during the game?
He probably does.
Jack of all trades kind of kid.
Yeah. And he's grown up around it. They both have been brought up around sports. And
Mom being a teacher, I'm sure he's an excellent student too.
I guarantee she's making sure that's fouled at the plate. 0-2 here to Metcalf, as we were talking about Ethan Reynolds, the son of head softball coach Kelly Reynolds.
Yeah, that's I'd love to get back into coaching, but right now I have a 2.5-year-old and a 6-month-old, so
makes a difference.
Both boys is actually 2 years apart, so trying to help my wife out as much as possible. Those late nights at the ball field, they
foul back.
They're not kind to the wife.
No, 0-2. Got to keep Mama happy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We're in the 5th inning. Number 2 South Warren 1. Number 21 Greenwood 1.
She's probably embarrassed right now since I called her out on air. She's probably watching.
She's probably busy watching the boys while they're not watching you right now.
That's true.
Stays 0-2. If South Warren wins, they have the number 1 seed sewn up. They'd be 7-0. If Greenwood wins, that puts them at 5-2 and a chance to possibly get the 1 seed, but would possibly secure the 2 seed. Fly ball to right, Osborne there. There's 1 out.
That's what we like to call an atom ball. She didn't really have to move. 1 or 2 steps is right at her.
Caroline Pitcock, 0 for 1 with a walk.
Number 27, Caroline Pitcock.
So, yeah, I coached a couple years at Greenwood, but I said I did some lessons. So a couple girls here on South I actually had when they were a lot younger. I don't know how good I was if they remember me, but Caroline was actually one of them.
Yeah.
Amber Jenkins, she's I think a sophomore. She's over there. I had her once. And a couple girls played for Firecracker travel ball team, which we worked with Hope White and Avery Skaggs. And I got to know some of them even as a young one before they were even in middle school. So.
Yeah, I remember when they first started those Firecrackers years ago. There's a strike on the inside corner. It's a ball and a strike to Caroline Pitcock of South Warren. Greenwood's cheer team is competing at the state cheer competition that starts tomorrow. You can watch that at go.prepspin.com. $10 per session. They'll also be competing on Friday. And then the South Warren dance team will be competing on Sunday. It's $10 per session to watch at go.prepspin.com.
And I shared this on my Facebook page, all the Cumberland County people. Cumberland County's in the cheerleading competition as well.
There's
friends and family that are watching and listening to me, if they are. You can catch Cumberland County on that website as well.
Mm-hmm. Allen County, Scottsville, another area team. Of course, Barron County year in, year out.
Always good. And the big co-ed teams. And
fly ball to right. Osborne, it's over her head. That ball's off the wall. That ball got out there in a hurry, and it's going to be second and third, and there's a throw. Ooh, good. Thought it might get over her head, but the pitcher was backing up, so it's a double by Caroline Pitcock. Thought that ball might be caught, but as you see, the wind has died down, and that ball carried straight to the wall. It almost hit that softball out there on that banner.
Yeah, well, I think it hit the Love and Warden. No free ads, but I think it hit the eye.
We'll bill them. Don't worry, we'll bill them.
We'll bill them. But I think it hit the eyeball on their sign, which was you should win a free appointment or something for doing that.
Carey Enlow now with an RBI opportunity to give South Warren the lead. One out, runners at second and third. Reynolds on at third, Pitcock at second. Down low.
That's what they should put some competitions out there in their advertisement.
Well, you know, if you're a coach, you may not like that, though, you know.
Well, that's true. Well, the fan gets a win.
Fan gets a win. Okay.
Random draw.
Well, I mean, if it's helping maybe teach them to go the other way or something,
yeah,
that would work, right?
That's what you want.
There's a line, fly ball to center. It should score a run. Here comes a throw. No, they held her, and it's up the line.
Would have been a great time to be aggressive and tag right there, but tie ball game in the 5th inning. That ball was hit hard, so it got to the center fielder very quickly. She's got a good arm. She's a good defender. A little wild throw, but not typical of Caitlyn Wilson.
Smith had to go about 3/4 of the way up the line. And
she's made a good reputation as an excellent defensive center fielder. So
it's going to take a big 2-out hit here from Ellie Bennett for South Warren to take the lead. Out off to the left, that will get out of play.
No shocker, they're still being aggressive. First pitch swing, trying to get that over the plate strike early on. Because tonight, that's probably been the best pitch for them to hit. And
most nights, I would think, most nights I'd say that's, the best pitch is probably that first one because your pitcher wants to get ahead in the count.
There's huge statistical numbers that promote starting ahead as a pitcher, what you can do 0-1 compared to 1-0. So as a hitter, you got to know that, confident, and you get your pitch, you be aggressive, let it rip. That's why you get 3 strikes.
The 1-1.
To
left. Near the line, that's Savannah White. And that will end the South Warren 5th inning. They get runners at second and third with 1 out, and they don't score. 1-1 tie. South Warren and Greenwood. We go to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
At Flora, Tampa, and Stewart, when you're hurt in a car accident, you're going to get personal representation from the top attorney. We may not be big, but we're local. You will meet with me personally. We're loyal and always on your side. We won't run from big insurance, and we will stand and fight for your rights. After all, it's not the size of the firm, it's the attorney who will fight for you. I'm Flora, Tampa, and Stewart.
Allison Smith.
Top of the lineup for Greenwood here in the 5th and a 1-1 tie. Allison Smith, she's been on base twice. She's walked and she's singled. Emily Reynolds back to pitch here for South Warren, her 2nd inning of work. Swing and a miss by Smith.
Holding away curveball, pitching away from her. Now it's just like we talked about, 0-1 count. She's got so many possibilities she can do. She can go high in, high out, low in. She can roll one up there and confuse Allison. She didn't. She left it over the middle of the plate.
Back is White in the shade out there. 1 out.
She didn't make it look easy, but she did catch it. That's the main point. She they called circle the wagons out there, but she made the play. She caught it.
That ball, the spin off the ball coming off the bat.
Yeah.
Saw it one way and then it started to change on her. That's why she got turned the other way.
I thought she drove that pretty good. It was fence or more, but she was 10, 15 feet short and right in the line of the sun and the shadows. Makes it tough, too. So
high for a ball to Lydia Kirby. One out in the fifth. Greenwood tied it up in the fourth. Couple of singles. Actually, 3 singles. And we're tied. 2-0.
Little high right there, but that was a good-looking pitch. It was very borderline. And that's what you want to live. Try to get on some aggressiveness of tie ball game.
Reynolds working here in the fifth. Came in the fourth. Selena Metcalf started.
Ripped that ball.
Foul ball.
Whew. Talk about how fast her hands were right there. You couldn't see the bat. She swung so fast.
She turned on that one. I see Mr. Rob Clayton, our superintendent, must have got his yard cut this afternoon. He is here. He's got a big conference he's got to head out to first thing in the morning. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lydia Kirby.
Good pitch right there. I think we're setting up for a good battle right here.
Let's see how Emily Reynolds approaches it here as she has a pitch to work with.
Foul ball.
Have a like a rise curve maybe. And that ball was outside and she went with it. 2-2. Josie Morrison on deck for Greenwood.
She's definitely going to try to get a lot of movement on these pitches. Yeah, we have 1 pitch left to work with, 2-2 count. So she's going to work way out.
Swing and a miss. High fastball. That's the 3rd strikeout for Emily Reynolds in just an inning and 2/3.
And you saw that foul ball, what she did. She swung so fast, she handled that inside pitch. She's not getting another one on the inside part of the plate. And they know that. They've seen these players hit over and over again. That's one place you don't want to go to Josie either, is on that middle end of the plate. Sometimes you want to try to sneak one in there to throw them off balance, but you miss them, make a mistake, they'll hit it a long ways.
Reynolds took lessons from her mom. Her mom was a left-handed pitcher.
Miss Kentucky softball.
1996. Yeah, Kelly was a lefty, and here's Emily a righty. Pitching is pitching.
Yeah.
When you're given lessons.
So if you go ask Dad, he'll probably take credit for it, since I'm sure he's right-handed. Sure, it's a very competitive household.
Jason, I think Jason is right-handed.
I'm sure it's a very, very competitive household.
Ground ball. Metcalf goes to her knees, throws, and that will be a 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th. We go to the 6th inning. 2 ranked teams knotted up in 1. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
Go to the 6th inning. Number 2, South Warren 1. Number 21, Greenwood 1. We are in the 6, 7, 8 order for South Warren as they'll face Allison Bush. Bush is 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts on the night for her. So it'll be McLean Hudson, Katie Walker, and Hope White here for South Warren. McLean Hudson's been on base twice, has a couple of singles in this game. That's down low.
And they went a total of 15 feet. That's how fast she is. One was a push bunt, and the other was another infield single. That she is just, she has definitely showed off her greatest skill today, and that's her legs. She can fly. And she drove down a little bit, got under it, popped it up to take it.
Oh, dropped it. Wow. She thought she had it the whole way and just didn't squeeze it.
And she played it down to the side. Her glove was down by her hip and set it up there by her eyes. So it's you get a little handcuff sometimes doing that. You don't stay under it.
Plate number 15, Katie Walker.
Well, of course, the wind. We don't know how the wind is up top.
That's
true.
I
mean,
it's been swirling around in and out to left, and young fielders don't get a lot of pop-up practice either. So we'll put that on. We'll put that on Coach T. I'll do that.
There's a bunt, nice bunt.
Sack bunt.
Walker, get her by a step.
Oh, now they got a pickle.
They've got Hudson caught.
Don't pump
between
the ball.
third and second. She's going to get back in there.
Nobody recovered back to second after the shortstop pushed her back to third. But if you want to push a runner back to a base, you want it the furthest away from home as you can do. So they're not happy with it, but it could have been a lot worse.
So he was able to get back to second, avoided the tag. That'll bring up Hope White. Reached on a infield hit and moved over to second on the throw. They set up runners at second and third back in the fourth that South Warren did not score. Outside corner.
Yeah. You'll see Bush try to be really aggressive. Both these hitters are very good, but it is still 8-9 in the lineup with one out. You don't want to turn this lineup over with the bases loaded, that's for sure. With Emily and Metcalf, 1-2. Good slap to third. Good throw.
And that's a wild throw, and that goes into the dugout. So that means a run will score. No, she'll be at third.
She was advancing to third, so they're going to give her home.
Yeah, there you go. Now they give it to her.
Errors will always come back to get you. I talked about it earlier. 2-out walks and errors, they'll always come back to haunt you.
That's 2 errors here in this inning.
Yeah, and both led to her scoring.
Now it's 2-1 South Warren lead, yeah.
The only reason they're on base. Drop pop fly and an errant throw. And,
that's the second throw by Greenwood that's gone into the dugout.
It's a very fast, fundamental game. But
you can as a fielder, you can get sped up too by the runner.
Very quickly. I mean, you talk about, look at the bases, 60 feet. These girls are super quick. She's a left-handed hitter, so she's already got 3 extra steps, slapping. It's so quick, it's so fundamental. It's one of the many reasons why I love softball. So much different than baseball. That right there is a routine 8-second
bunt. Oh, the third baseman pitcher collide, and she's going to be out.
Close play, bang bang.
Well, they collided. That could have been disastrous. Could have been somebody hurt, but 2 out now, and over at third is Hope White. South Warren would like to get another insurance run right here with Emily Reynolds at the plate. Reached on base twice.
She definitely like to get one back. She gave up the tying run last inning. I bet she would really love to play the run.
Ground ball. Travis off, took a big hop on her. She went down to get in that ball, took a big hop, spin on that ball. That's got to be a base hit for Emily. Is that way that spun?
Yeah, and she laid out, so it's a what's it called, an extra effort kind of thing. So I would always give that a hit if it's an extreme effort, which laying out dirty up the middle like that, it's a tough play. Even if she caught it, she probably been
2 runs have scored here in the 6th, now 3-1.
Even if she caught it clean, time and how quick it is, she's definitely beating that out. So.
But it looked like Travis thought the ball was going to stay down, and then all of a sudden it just jumped up.
Probably hit one of those footprints in the second base line there.
Popped up right side. There's Travis.
Redeem herself.
There she catches it. Glove up above her head. And that will end the South Warren 6th. They come up with 2 big runs. We go to the bottom of the 6th. South Warren leads Greenwood 3-1.
Does this scenario sound all too familiar? You're fighting through a mountain of medication bottles, not remembering which ones to take. Spring Hill Pharmacy is now offering a free and convenient medication packaging system called Smart Pack, a new innovative way to package your medication. Your medication will be arranged by the day and time of day to take them. Smart Pack is a free service, along with free citywide delivery. Call us 270-796-3909 to find out more about Smart Pack.
At Flora, Tampa, and Stewart, when you're hurt in a car accident, you're going to get personal representation from the top attorney. We may not be big, but we're local. You will meet with me personally. We're loyal and always on your side. We won't run from big insurance, and we will stand and fight for your rights. After all, it's not the size of the firm, it's the attorney who will fight for you. I'm Flora, Tampa, and Stewart.
Here we go to the bottom of the sixth. Greenwood down by 2 at 3-1. First pitch swinging, Lily Travis.
Family Redemption, I know she's really mad at herself. I know Lily pretty well, and she's trying to really make up for that error and get on base, help her team. Good swing, good cut. But
just got underneath it.
Yeah.
0-2.
Emily's throwing it hard right now.
She's just rearing back, yeah.
She's picked it up a little bit since last inning.
Well, she's got a 2-run cushion here.
Yeah, she got that RBI hit too. She's
Oliver on deck, and then Wilson.
I think Metcalf pitched better after she got that go-ahead after that home run too. So offense sparks the defense.
Well, you relax a little bit. Now you got a little room to work with.
You're in the lead. You're attack mode. You shouldn't let up.
Mm-hmm.
Tight, close, tie game, something like that. You play not to lose sometimes. Where you get that lead, you got to play to win. And keep the gas pedal down.
Reynolds brings it pop back out of play. Stays 2-2 to Lily Travis.
She got a good plate appearance so far.
South Warren wins. They lock up the #1 seed in the district. They would be 7-0. Softball district is going to be at Bowling Green this year. Greenwood hosts the baseball district. Change up that little short. Full count.
So will we have rights or privileges to do the district?
We will not be doing any postseason because with them playing at the same time, how do you differentiate?
Yeah,
so
that's true.
So we will hop up to the second baseman.
I'm sure we
Hudson.
can get a second camera, right?
Well, we need a second laptop. We need this. We need that. Yeah.
Oh, where's the money at?
Yeah, that's just it. He just left.
Maybe he's listening.
Caitlyn Oliver, the shortstop.
Student opportunity. That's what. You write that check in the memo line.
Well, we got to do PO work. You know, you got to know about these POs. You know, we got to get everything approved before we can do that.
For the school year, I think that's due by May 31st. So we got to get on that. I think that's what I was told today.
I believe it. And that is Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Emily Reynolds working. Fly ball foul. Caitlyn Oliver now in the hole 0-2.
And I think they push the district and region back a little bit. Regions typically Memorial Day.
Right,
weekend.
I
think that's the district this year,
district
right?
can start then, yes. And I have not seen the dates. Of course, they're waiting to all the seating to get worked out before they set the dates.
Another foul ball back. That's 3 straight fouls for Caitlyn Oliver. She's seen the ball. She just
now, of course,
not put one in the lines yet.
Of course, the
but typically,
the region this year, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because the semi-state's the following weekend. So you've got to allow for a couple of rain-out dates.
Which I'm sure we'll have.
Let's hope not. I've seen enough rain.
Me too, but
yeah, if you only knew how many times I've redone the schedule for our live streaming because of rainouts, trying to get everybody equal opportunities.
This is the third try for this one. This game alone, but Caitlyn Oliver hit a little ground ball through the 6 hole. Ball had eyes. It just found some grass. Good single. Start off the inning.
She'll be at first with 1 out. Now bring up Caitlin Wilson, who singled and scored the only Greenwood run in the 4th inning.
Back-to-back Caitlyn's. Maybe a little Caitlyn power going on.
We'll post our updated live stream as we've got it redone. So what you saw a week or so ago has changed. All the rainouts rescheduled, so we will get that posted on our not our website, but our social media at WCPS on Twitter and Warren County Public Schools Sports Network on Facebook.
Ooh, hit or toe.
So now you've got 2 batters in a row that have reached base, a single and a hit batter. And to bring up the DP, Sydney Coffey. That one stings.
She's going to try and run it off. Senior competitor. It's her last South Warren game. It means a little bit to her. I know that. So she's going to definitely stick it out.
So Coffey is 1 for 2 tonight.
I think it'll take Coach T or Coach Proctor carrying her off the field for her to want to come out.
So Reynolds now in a jam here in the 6th inning. Her team just got her 2-run lead at 3-1, and now Greenwood's come back with 1 out, a single, and a hit batter. And Coffey here with an opportunity to do some damage for Greenwood. Ground ball. Metcalf bounces in front of her, and the throw to first is not in time. The runner passing by in front of the shortstop caused Metcalf
a little distraction.
Distracted her, yeah.
She took it off the chest. She's holding that spot, locking her a little bit. It might have picked up a little speed, like that little bounce. So Travis last inning, it might have hit one of those footprints from the baseline.
Anytime you got a runner cutting in front of you, that makes it even tougher. And the ball coming right at you. Here's Savannah White now. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Infield in. Going to try to go cut the runner off at home.
Fastball, that's a strike.
1 out, I understand that. Just a 2-run lead. You got the tying run on second. He's a pretty fast runner, so a single could easily score her.
Yeah, you got quick runner on at second. Ground ball. Right second baseman. Going to get the eat for sure out. Okay. Oliver scores on the fielder's choice there. Makes it 3-2. Wilson to third. And Coffey goes to second as White is put out. So 2 out now in a 3-2 game. It's up to Lily Osborne for Greenwood.
And if you're a hitter right now, you just saw back-to-back bobbles off hard ground balls. You just got to make sure you put this in play. You just got to make sure you put this in play. It looks like there's going to be another courtesy runner.
Either be a courtesy or a pinch runner.
Yeah,
we'll
or a pinch runner for Sydney Coffey. That'll take her completely out of the game. She was ran for earlier, so she cannot re-enter now. But she's the DP, so she's not losing a position out in the field. So number 10 again, Candace Wolf.
All right, so Wolf. She ran for her earlier. So Wolf will be on at second. Wilson, the tying runs on at third, with Lily Osborne at the plate.
So what will probably happen, Bush can handle the bat pretty good, so they'll probably take the DP off, and she will slide in and hit in that position from here on out. They'll take the DP off the flex, and she'll become the hitter.
That would make sense. Slap foul, gets out of play. 0-2 now to Lily Osborne. So Greenwood, after giving up 2 in the top of the 6th, has come back to get 1. It's a 3-2 South Warren lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th.
But Coach Proctor, a lot like Coach Reynolds, she learned from her. She might change pitchers as well.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout, big strikeout for Emily Reynolds since she's come in. That is her 4th strikeout in 3 innings. We go to the 7th stage is set. 3-2 game, South Warren leads Greenwood.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky. and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
We're in the 7th inning here at Greenwood. Two top-ranked teams, number 2 South Warren, number 21 Greenwood. Scott Thompson along with South Warren business teacher Shelby Lee here. And it'll be 3, 4, and 5 in the South Warren lineup as Caroline Pitcock, who's been on base twice today, will lead off.
That poll you reference, it's a coach's poll, and me as a former coach will go ahead and tell you coaches don't know what they're talking about if they have Greenwood at 21st.
Looking at the RPI, if you look at the RPI KHSAA, they're actually a little further down. Yeah.
They had a couple not bad losses. Their losses were against some good teams, but man, they beat some great talent. They've played great talent really closely.
Right back to Bush, throw
Hard
to first.
Comebacker back to Bush. They've had some very unlucky games, but you watch how they battle here against South and what they did against East, and both of them perennial top 5 kind of programs and teams the last 5 or 6 years. It'd be hard if someone come watch them play, it'd be hard to say they're not higher than 21st in my opinion.
Gary Enlow, who's 0 for 3 tonight, has hit the ball hard all 3 times.
I may be a little biased, but I'd go 1, 2, 3 with our Warren County programs, but Barron County's on that list too, and I think Greenwood's got them in the next couple weeks. I think that'll be another good matchup.
May 18th, next Tuesday.
Barron County and Logan County's always pretty good programs, and they're always around that 25 mark as well. So that's a
line drive. She's hit the ball hard this time, finds a spot, and it's a 1-out single for Carrie Enlow. It'll be a courtesy runner for her.
Younger sister of Taylor Enlow, which is also playing college softball. I think we might have not mentioned her.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that, yes. All right, with these T-shirts they're wearing, it'll be hard for us to pick up the courtesy runner until she turns and see the back of her. 5, all right.
Brooklyn Becker.
That's Brooklyn Becker, yeah.
Our other senior for South Warren.
She'll be at first with 1 out. Ellie Bennett. Just off the outside part of the plate, she went after it. A little aggressive swing.
A little screwball started on the outside and carried off a little bit towards the what they call the river. It's in between the batter's box and home plate is what they call the river in softball. Not sure baseball. I never heard it until I started coaching softball. So it starts on the corner, ends up in the river.
Fouled back. 0-2 now to Bennett with McLean Hudson on deck, who's been on base 3 times tonight for South Warren.
So there's a small 3.5-inch space in between the batter's box and the plate. And that's what pitchers and pitching coaches like to call the river in softball. So there's you a term if you never heard of it.
If the lines are put down properly.
Straight, yeah. Some are straight, some are very windy rivers.
That one's fouled off to the left out of play, stays 0-2.
That's a great place for a pitcher to be. Right up on the edge of the plate, a little bit off.
Speaking of Barron County, matter of fact, South Warren plays at Barron County tomorrow. Barron County was getting some votes this week.
Yeah, they have a very, very good record. I think they're like 17-4. Coach Murphy is an excellent coach, excellent dude. He was a principal of mine when I was in school.
Yeah, he's over at the Trojan Academy there, isn't he?
Yeah, their freshman building. He's a principal there now. And softball coach there for the last few years. He's a excellent dude. And his daughter is an excellent player. Basketball and softball.
That's fouled again.
Katie Murphy, she plays short and point guard, so she's athletic.
Of course, Allen County Scottsville beat Warren East Monday night. You know, Allen County Brad Bond's back on the sidelines over there at Allen County.
Yeah, they got one of the names is slipping my mind, but The Gregory girl, she
Yes.
could really hit. They got another girl that can really hit too.
Right to the third baseman, Kirby.
Excellent snag
Line
right there.
out,
Super fast. Great reflexes.
2 out now with Becker still on at first, and it brings up McLean Hudson. Singled in the second, singled in the fourth, reached on an error and scored in the sixth. She started that sixth inning for South Warren by getting on base on the drop fly.
Yeah, she's been on base all 3 times, and that's has to do a lot with how fast she really, really is. I know I've talked about that a lot, but she has a great skill that she's used.
That's playable. First baseman Morrison in foul territory. Well, the stage is set. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Greenwood needs 1 to tie and 2 to upset number 2 Greenwood. It's 3-2 South Warren. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
At Flora, Tampa, and Stewart, when you're hurt in a car accident, you're going to get personal representation from the top attorney. We may not be big, but we're local. You will meet with me personally. We're loyal and always on your side. We won't run from big insurance, and we will stand and fight for your rights. After all, it's not the size of the firm, it's the attorney who will fight for you. I'm Flora, Tampa, and Stewart.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 3-2 game. Number 2 South Warren leading number 21 Greenwood here tonight. Emily Reynolds back in the circle for South Warren. It's the top 3 in the order for Greenwood. Allison Smith singled, walked, and is flied out to right.
If you're Greenwood, you couldn't ask for a better setup to your lineup to the bottom of the 7th. You go 1, 2, 3.
Emily Reynolds looks in to the dugout. Now into her catcher. Carrie Enlow starts her off with a strike on the inside corner. Lydia Kirby, then Josie Morrison.
Yeah, but the big thing right now for Allison, she may be thinking about tying it up with a big swing, which she can. She's hit quite a few home runs in her career, but she just needs to get on base. Get pass the bat down the line, get it started, get on base. Let's tie. You don't play for the tie, you play for the win. So get on base.
High rising fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike to Allison Smith, leading off bottom of the 7th. 2-1.
2-1 count now, so Emily's got to really come into her. So she's going to be looking for a pitch to drive. Emily's going to be looking to throw something with a lot of movement, probably off the outside corner.
Most of the outfield is in the shade. There's some, and part of the infield is sunny. Popped up, right side. Hope White comes in short right, squeezes it, and there's 1 out here in the 7th.
I know Emily would probably want that pitch back. She left it down the middle, and it just kind of got on Allison a little bit, jammed her. But it's an out, and that's all that matters.
Lydia Kirby sacrificed in the first, doubled in the third, and struck out in the 5th. We'll bat with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th in a 3-2 game, Greenwood trailing. They were trailing 3-0 to Christian County the other night, and the walk-off grand slam by Josie Morrison, and she's on deck.
It's been a great, perfect game. Nothing like a little drama at the end to make it even better.
I'm sure if you ask the coaches, they'd rather not have the drama
Yeah,
and somebody
sure.
be way ahead here, whoever's winning.
But as a fan and a broadcaster, commentator, I like it.
Reynolds rocks and brings it just off the inside part of the plate. 2-0 to Kirby. Third baseman Pitcock. Couple of steps off the line, and even with the bag, Walker at first, about a step in front of the bag and about a step off the line. Fouled back 2-1. Good crowd on hand tonight for this purple out night in honor of Coach Taylor Proctor beating Hodgkin's lymphoma. Outside corner, called strike.
That's a pretty placement right there. You couldn't ask for a more borderline pitch. gave it to her. It looked like it nipped that front corner of the plate. Poked it out to center.
Center field, and drops right in front of Bennett. She took that pitch, and
sometimes playing pool and softball works. You just poke one out there and find some grass.
Now here's Josie Morrison. She's 0 for 3 tonight.
Josie Morrison.
But we talked earlier about her walk-off grand slam. She likes to play hero, so here's some dramatic.
Team leader in RBIs with an opportunity right here for Greenwood. Tying run is at first base. The potential winning run is at home.
You're going to see a lot of curveballs out right here. That's for sure. Try to get one off the end of the bat. Maybe get her to roll with one hard over on the ground for a double play. Get out of this game. That's what is going through Coach Reynolds' mind, I'm sure. Something hard and out. Roll over or pop it up.
Pops it up. Right side, White. Short right field. Calls off the second baseman, Hudson. And there are 2 out now.
Just like I would have called for I did.
And here comes Lily Travis now. It's up to her to be the hero for Greenwood. 2 out, bottom of the 7th. Tying run on at first base. And Travis tonight is grounded to third, struck out, and popped up to the second baseman.
So she's went out here. Lily Travis with real long arms. She probably will go out and then come back in on her.
Up high.
Try to jam her, get her off a little bit. So 2 outs, though. You want to go what's working.
Kirby on at first for Greenwood.
Curveball out. Left at middle. State. Got away with it.
Ball and a strike.
You throw it that hard, though, you can get away with a few.
And she is bringing it tonight. Reynolds looks into Enlow. Popped up right side, and that is going to be near that tarp and foul. That would have been tough for anybody to catch, even if the tarp wasn't there.
Yeah, one of those Bermuda triangles and softball out there.
It wasn't hit high enough for it to just kind of hang up there for somebody to run underneath it. Now Travis and Greenwood, they're down to their final strike of the game. A 1-2 count to Lily Travis. South Warren leads it 3-2. Popped it to the right side.
Shallow.
Hope White squeezes it at number 2. South Warren holds on to defeat number 21 Greenwood 3-2 as all 3 outs are made as flyouts to right field to Hope White's glove.
What an excellent game we had here tonight. It's just wonderful, wonderful game. So you can expect that when these 2 teams get together. It's going to be a good game.
All right, we're going to come back. We'll wrap things up. Number 2 Greenwood, or number 2 South Warren defeats number 21 Greenwood 3-2. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
At Flora, Tampa, and Stewart, when you're hurt in a car accident, you're going to get personal representation from the top attorney. We may not be big, but we're local. You will meet with me personally. We're loyal and always on your side. We won't run from big insurance, and we will stand and fight for your rights. After all, it's not the size of the firm, it's the attorney who will fight for you. I'm Flora Tampa and Stewart.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
Does this scenario sound all too familiar? You're fighting through a mountain of medication bottles, not remembering which ones to take. Spring Hill Pharmacy is now offering a free and convenient medication packaging system called SmartPack, a new innovative way to package your medication. Your medication will be arranged by the day and time of day to take them. SmartPack is a free service, along with free citywide delivery. Call us 270-796-3909 to find out more about SmartPack.
Well, the number 2 ranked team, South Warren, holds off number 21 Greenwood in a big district battle, 3-2. South Warren now 7-0 in the district. They have locked up the number 1 seed. Now it comes down to the number 2-3 seeds. We know Greenwood and Warren East will face each other. It's going to be determined who's the number 2 and who's the number 3 seed when you get into district play. Home
field advantage is a big part there. It's very, very important when it gets to that. You can tell today, I mean, it could have made a big difference. So.
And you look at you look at Warren East. They still have to play Bowling Green and South Warren. Greenwood still has Bowling Green, and of course South has Warren East to play.
And Bowling Green played South earlier this year to a pretty good game. I think 6-3, or maybe it was the East game 6-3. Yeah. So they're competitive too. So they have a good shot to. They can knock one off and surprise one too. Wouldn't surprise me a bit, but we got some excellent softball left here in Warren County, that's for sure.
South Warren gets the 20th win of the season. They're now 20-1. Greenwood drops to 14-9, and you go back, Selena Metcalf, that home run in the 3rd got South Warren on the board. Greenwood tied it in the 4th, and then 2 in the top of the 6th for South Warren. A couple of errors led to the go-ahead runs, but Greenwood battled back in the bottom half of the 6th, got 1, but Emily Reynolds shut them down in the 7th inning.
Yeah. If you go off earned runs, Greenwood might have actually won, but you don't, and that's the game. You got to make the plays when they happen, when they come to you. And Scott, I just really want to thank you for letting me be on here. I really, really enjoyed it. I love doing this. This is awesome. And anytime you want me back, you just text me and I'll be here.
I better check with the wife first. I'll text her first and check with her, right?
Yeah.
All right, Shelby Lee, thank you. Good luck with that business class out at South Warren. We appreciate it, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, we appreciate everybody watching here on Prep Spin. Our next broadcast is coming up Saturday. We'll have the Raider Classic track meet out at Warren East. That's a 10 a.m. start right here at go.prepspin.com. Then we'll publish their schedule. But as of right now, next Monday, back at it baseball, Russellville at Warren Central. Tuesday, South Warren at Warren East will be our softball game on Tuesday night as we try to get everybody their equal numbers. Next Thursday, we potentially have a game. Next Friday, Allen County at Scottsville at Greenwood Baseball. We'll post all that later. For those of you, once again, for Greenwood and South Warren, Greenwood cheerleaders are competing at the state cheer competition tomorrow and Friday. You can watch each session for $10 each at go.prepspin.com. Both Friday and Thursday and Friday. South Warren's dance will be the first team to compete on Sunday, and that's $10 to watch that all at go.prepspin.com. And thank Mike Clef for the excellent camera work as usual. We'll see you Saturday morning here, part of the Warren County Public Schools Network. And I'll see those of you tomorrow, Friday, and Sunday on the KHSAA State Cheer and Dance competitions. Final score once again, number 2, South Warren 3, number 21, Greenwood 2. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.